Welcome in CBS Sports HQ college football analyst Barrett Sallee, here to talk winners and losers. Biggest winner is who for you this week?
I don't think there's any doubt. It has to be TCU. I mean, this is a team that, in terms of the perception of it, a slow starter has to come back. Every game's close. Well, that was not the case against Iowa State. This is a TCU team that is saving its best for last. I think that emphatic win over Iowa State is something that it absolutely needed heading into the Big 12 championship game. This is a team now that I think has earned our respect. And look, I don't care if they're close. I don't care if they're blowouts. They're undefeated going into conference championship week. And because of that, based on the landscape of this season, they deserve a ton of credit. So TCU right now, I would say, even with a loss in the Big 12 championship game, will likely get into the college football playoff.
Yeah, the fighting Sonny Dykes are impressive indeed. First Big 12 team to start 12-0 in the college football playoff era. All right, as for your biggest loser, I kind of have an idea who, but who disappointed you the most?
It was Ohio State. First, I picked Ohio State to win the national championship, and I picked them against Michigan. Neither one of those things happened, and I think by virtue of the score, it's going to be really hard for the College Football Playoff Selection Committee to vote a one-loss Ohio State team into the playoff, knowing that that was the last time they saw it. You got smoked if you're Ohio State in the last chance you had to impress the selection committee. So I think right now Ohio State needs a lot of dominoes to fall, because I don't think the committee, even though it was to Michigan, which will probably be their number 2 team on Tuesday night, that is not what you wanted to see. I thought Ohio State, even if they lost by, I don't know, 10-7, whatever, yeah, they'd still get in because it's Ohio State. They've got a track record. I don't know if they can get in after what we saw in Columbus.
Okay, so let me set this scenario. Let's say USC loses the Pac-12 title game. Are you putting in a one-loss Ohio State team as the 4th team in the college football playoff over the 2-loss USC team?
So this is where it gets tricky, because the committee has said at times in these situations, precedent does not matter to these people. At least they say that. But can you punish USC for a game that it played itself into, right? I think that's the biggest question is, okay, if they lose and they're on the bubble anyway, they did get there. And yeah, not all conferences are equal. I get that. But it's not like Ohio State has a good strength of schedule anyway. In fact, I would say USC has a better strength of schedule than Ohio State. And one of the last times we saw USC, yeah, if they lose the Pac-12 championship game, fine. They just smoked Notre Dame, which the committee respects. So I think USC, even if it loses the Pac-12 championship game, might get the nod because A, it played itself into that game, and B, I think it's got a tougher strength of schedule and won the majority of those games.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you, especially when you talk about Heisman Trophy odds. C.J. Stroud entered the day as the favorite to win the Heisman, followed by Caleb Williams. We're 2 weeks away from the Heisman Trophy ceremony, and after what happened on Saturday, we saw C.J. Stroud not be C.J. Stroud, and Caleb Williams rushed for 3 touchdowns, threw for another. It's minus 3,000. Is it over, Barrett Sallee?
Yeah, it's over. Especially considering, like, Caleb Williams, if you watch that game, you know, we always talk about the Heisman moment, right? Johnny Manziel against Alabama, in 2012. That's the one that stands out more than anything else. Caleb Williams had like 4 Heisman moments against Notre Dame tonight. So, yeah, I mean, I think there's no doubt. Caleb Williams will win the Heisman. I don't think there's any doubt at this point. Now, look, I can't technically tell you who I'm voting for because they get mad at that, and I am a voter. But I would be surprised that if Caleb Williams does not win it.
The Oklahoma transfer, the favorite to win the Heisman. And look, it hasn't been that long since the last time we saw a transfer win the Heisman. Joe Burrow went from Ohio State to LSU and won the Heisman Trophy, and that was a slam dunk. That wasn't even close. It was, that was a landslide. It was unanimous. It was incredible how big he won that year. All right, time now for your Geico 15-second statement. What's your bold statement? What do you have for us?
I kind of referenced it earlier. TCU's in regardless. I don't care if they lose the Big 12 championship game. TCU is in regardless. Strength of schedule's there. The way they found ways to get to the point where they win close games is there. Look, in different landscapes, Could you knock TCU out? Maybe. In this particular landscape, no, there's no chance. TCU is in regardless.
Here's my bold statement. USC will win the national championship.
Oh!
Yep.
Look at you.
Let's go bold. Plus 1,200.
Oh, dude, that's a pretty good investment, not going to lie.
They would have to beat Georgia in the CFP semis. That'd probably be the situation.
And that'll be here in Atlanta, which will be pretty much 90-10 Georgia. Yeah. But man,
I'm
that
trying
would
to be
be
bold.
interesting.
That'd be wild.
That's bold.
That'd be wild.
There's no doubt. That's like Black Sharpie bold.
Yeah, that is pretty bold. We'll see if it happens, though. And if it does, hey, we can run this clip back of you and I talking about college football.
That's right.
Our favorite. Always looking for that. Barrett Sallee here on CBS Sports HQ. Thank you, my friend. And the second to last set of college football playoff rankings will be released on Tuesday. The new AP poll comes out on Sunday. Here's a look at Barrett's projected AP top 8. Georgia, Michigan moves up a spot to number 2, TCU 3rd, USC 4th, Ohio State 5th, and Alabama 6th.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.